Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Sunday the 2nd of November 2025. We start off today with this. This was put out by the club today. Jake Cooper makes 400 Millwall appearances. They've got a story and they also put out two videos, I believe. One with Jake Cooper, a little interview with him. And then messages and him watching the messages, I think. I don't know, I haven't seen it. Apparently it's pretty good, pretty moving stuff. And they put out another video of the messages intercut with, goals and moments from Jake's Millwall career. So should be I think they are free in that you just have to log in. It's on Millwall TV, but it's not on Millwall TV Plus. If you get me drift. Let's have a look at this. Jake Cooper makes 400 Millwall appearances. He made his 400th Millwall appearance at Oxford United on Saturday afternoon. The 30-year-old, only 30 years old, why not another 200 then? Defender who made his debut in January 2017 reached the landmark at the Kassam Stadium, scoring in the 2-2 draw on an afternoon which saw him become just the sixth man to play 400 games for Millwall. Only the sixth player to get up to 400 games. After joining on loan from Reading, Cooper's first call was a 1-1 draw against Bradford City before making his then debut in an Emirates FA Cup tie against Watford 8 days later. A first goal wasn't too far away, finding the net at Coventry City in early February, with a second following 10 days after that as Port Vale were beaten in SE16, with the Lions securing promotion to the Sky Bet Championship that summer. Cooper was captured on a permanent basis and made 42 appearances in all competitions in 2017-18, scoring 4 times. His most fruitful campaign in front of goal was in 2018-19, as he hit the target 7 times, 3 more in 2019-20, including the winner in the COVID-19 hit win over Charlton Athletic at the Valley. There's some pictures. Let's stop for a little picture montage. Brilliant stuff. Demonstration of Jake's willingness to play for the badge no matter what was evident between August 2018 and December 2020 as he played every minute of 136 consecutive Sky Bet Championship games, even playing on with a dislocated shoulder in a trip to Birmingham City. Remarkably, later in that season, Cooper once more dislocated his shoulder in the home game against the same team, Birmingham City. With a penchant for scoring against Sheffield United throughout his Lions career, Cooper notched home and away against the Blades in 21-22 with a goal of the season contender and last-minute winner appearing in the visit to Bramall Lane. His 300th appearance came late in 22-23 with his 30th goal for the club, coming earlier this season as West Bromwich Albion were beaten in SE16. Cooper will now hunt down a place in the top 5 of all-time appearance makers list, with Alan McCleary 413, Neil Harris 431, Harry Cripps 443, Keith Stevens 557, and Barry Kitchener 597, the only former Millwall players in front. Congratulations, Coops, from everyone at Millwall Football Club. Here's to many more. And yeah, they do have videos that you can watch. I think, like I said, I think you just have to sign in. It's not on Millwall TV Plus. It's free for the fans to watch. So the next target is clearly, 414 to get us to the top 5. And then I would imagine get up to 500 and you can be only the third Millwall player to play 500 games. That would be some feat. So let's have a little look at the list. This is from a fabulous website called millwall-history.org.uk. All kinds of stuff on there. So we've got it here. Jake Cooper's here. Number 6 at the moment, above Alan Dunn. Quite a gap there between him and Alan Dunn in 7th place. The Tunbridge Angels manager. He's on 400 at the moment, including starts and subs. And as I mentioned, needs to get up to 414 to get into the top 5. So that's 14 games away. So let's assume he plays in all the games. Touch wood, fingers crossed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But no, there is a gap from the 4th of January to the 17th of January. Why is there a gap? Because in that gap, where the 14th game could be, should be, maybe be, it's going to be the FA Cup third round game. Now, wouldn't it be just delightful if we finally get the game that's everyone's wanted? And it turns out it's going to be the game for, obviously this is depending on him being involved in all of these games. It might come later if he misses one or two. But if it all goes to plan, if that FA Cup third round game is finally West Ham away, or another big team, Arsenal away, whatever, and Cooper is involved in that game, and maybe even scores a goal, why not? But it could be the FA Cup third round, so there you go. That would be something to behold. Well, maybe, would you want it to be a home game? I guess you don't celebrate it at the time. You celebrate it after. Because if you celebrate it you don't do that really. You do it after the game, maybe before the next home game, which would be Charlton Athletic at the Den. So before the game, congratulations, Jake Cooper. Here's something for being number 5. But yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it? If it was West Ham away in the FA Cup third round, and we absolutely slaughter them, and Jake Cooper scores one of the goals and plays a blinder in his 414th game, which makes him the top 5, number 5. While we're here, to go back to this from millwall-history.org.uk, one of the other players on this top 60 list, more than that, top 75, top 72. I think there's more because some of them are tied, so yeah, it might be. Is this top 100? Maybe. Ryan Leonard is still here. Obviously, he's injured at the moment. Don't know how long that's going to be. And there are, it may be that this is Ryan Leonard's last season at Millwall. Was he 33 now? Going to be 34 next year. Maybe it's time to bid him adieu at the end of the season. But for a target for him, to get into the top 50, he only needs to get up to 228. So that would be another 12 games. So between now and the end of the season, if Ryan Leonard is a starter as a sub in 12 games, he's going to be in the top 50 as well, which is no mean feat. Some big names up there. Big names. Recent names, ancient names. Some big names in here to get into the top 50. So there you go. One thing as well to note, if we go back to pictures of Jay Cooper, the video that they've put up, that was filmed before the Oxford game. That was filmed last week. So he knew that this game was coming up. He knew it was going to be his 400th. He knew that he had filmed these videos and that they would be put out after the game. So he goes into that game playing, and what does he do? He scores. He scores a fantastic goal by being in the right place at the right time for 4 yards out. Scores a goal with his feet. And that's, I don't think that's a coincidence, He made that happen. He manifested that. He made that happen because he knew how this was his 400th game and there was going to be, stuff coming out after the game. So it's like, okay, let me go and score. And he, when he scored it made it 2-1. And we all thought, going along that was going to be the winning goal. How great would that have been? But yeah, there you go. Now we are going to have a little look at the planning application for the West Kingsdown training ground. We're looking at some comments because if you haven't been up to date with this, so there's a planning application that got improved, but there were conditions on it. Some of the conditions are pre-construction, some are during construction, and some are before, after construction's been completed and before the club can occupy the site. So we're trying to get the ones that are pre-construction granted or signed off, so that we can start construction. And the club were looking to aim to do this like in the final quarter of the year. So December, January, whatever. I think they mean the quarter of the financial year, which runs till April. So I think maybe February, March, April. But we'll see how they go. So we've got this. This is from pa.sevenoaks.gov.uk. It's the planning application portal for Sevenoaks District Council, which is where this will be. One of the conditions, this is the community benefit plan and economic development strategy, clause 1, and this is section 106 legal agreement. And there's been a response from West Kingsdown Parish Council. Okay. And we're going to take a look at that response. So here it is here. And you can see it's got columns where it says support, objection and reasons, no objection, no comment. So do you support it? Do you object? Why do you object? And if you have no objection and you're not really bothered to say anything, you're supposed to be ticking these boxes. None of these boxes have been ticked. But we do have a comment, and this was published last Thursday, the 30th of October. The West Kingsdown community does not seem to be benefiting from the community aspect of the development strategy, which runs from July 2024 to June 2026. In view of the disruption West Kingsdown is likely to suffer from this development, the Parish Council would like to see more direct community benefit to West Kingsdown, taking account that the site is within the boundaries of our Parish Council. So, a little sly comment there, moaning, but they're not objecting, so they're not objecting. They're not supporting it, but they leave that comment. So that's not very constructive, to be honest. But, this is, they're basically saying, where's the money? Where's the stuff? But Section 106 legal agreements, normally, it would just be, okay, the developers have to pay the council. They throw the money at it. Here's your money. Shut up and fuck off. Let us do what we want to do. But Sevenoaks District Council, quite cleverly, I think, have, eschewed that, and they've tried to leverage Millwall into providing, stuff for the young people in the area, who are probably bored out of their fucking minds because there's nothing to do there. And the transport shit, you can't really do anything. You have to be driven everywhere. I've been down there. There's a shit fucking park, which is next to the library, I think, which is also doubles up as the parish council's offices. They have a really good website, by the way. I was going to bring it up, but I thought better of it. But they do have a really good website for a parish council. But that's not what Sevenoaks District Council wanted, you know, Millwall to do stuff for the children, not to just throw money at the parish council, which clearly, that's what they want. That's what they want, because they've got things that they want to do, and they want money for it. But and have they spoken to any of the children who have had the classes from Mill Community Trust, or got the free tickets, or the people from the food bank who got stuff? Have they spoken to them? They just seem to be pissed off that they didn't get a load of money thrown at them, which is not the point of what Sevenoaks is trying to do. They're trying to get Millwall to do stuff in the local area. So yeah, but again, they haven't objected to it, so it's probably a bit of a pointless comment, really. I mean, if you're going to object, fucking object. Stand on your principles, object, and say, this is why I'm objecting. But they ain't doing that. Now, moving on to another condition. So, if you haven't been keeping up with this, go through the old videos if you can be bothered. Quite a few conditions have already been signed off. There are, I think, maybe 3 or 4 that we're still waiting on. This is one of them. Condition 4. Landscape and ecological management plan. And the reason why this was delayed is because this one here, will it change? No, you can't see it. So where it says 15th of September, the KCC Ecology, Kent County Council, the original submission to satisfy this condition was contested by Kent County Council Ecology Officer, and that meant that the plans had to be amended, and you can see here drawing amended. They resubmitted it, and we now have another response from Kent County Council Ecology. So what is this good? Is this bad? What have they said about the changes that have been made? And this is from last week, 29th of October. So what do they say? What do they say? So here we go. This is from someone called Helen Forster. And this is for condition 4. And you can see the condition 4 there. But also condition 11. And it says the following comments are valid for both conditions. Pardon me. The submitted landscaping plans correspond with the master plan, which was submitted as part of the original application, and they demonstrate that wildflower grassland, suds, scrub and shrubs will be planted within the site, and areas of existing woodland will be retained and enhanced. We note that the planting goes right to the edge of the pitch's training areas, and therefore we presume that they will be fenced in and will prevent any of the vegetation encroaching into these areas or restrict access to users walking around them. If this is not the case, it may be a need to review the landscaping plans and small 500 half a metre amenity grassland buffers created between the pitch's training areas and the proposed habitats to ensure that the site can be used as intended. When we previously commented, we highlighted that there is some contradiction between the master plan and the management plan. The landscaping master plan details that there will be areas of wildflower meadow within the site, but the management plan detailed that the grassland will be managed on a 3-year rotation. The management plan has now been updated to address this, and it confirms that all the grassland will be managed as wildflower meadow. The previous version of the management plan detailed that the following about the AW buffer. Up to 2/3 of the buffer area should always be left uncut during any cutting year to continue to provide some nectar to allow a proportion of butterflies to complete their life cycle and to provide overwintering areas. This suggested that some of the buffer area is grassland, but the landscaping plans suggest that the area depicted as buffer is actually woodland scrub, and therefore we highlighted that it should be managed as detailed in the woodland section. But the updated management plan has removed all reference to the AW buffer, as the landscaping plans demonstrate that the buffer area will be scrub, and we are satisfied that the buffer area will be managed as a scrub on a 7-year cutting rotation. God damn, they have to cut it every 7 years. Wow. It is our view that the submitted management plan is quite basic, and if someone with limited experience of managing an area for biodiversity is implementing the management, it may not be carried out as intended. Therefore, we advise that someone with experience of managing a site for biodiversity carries out the management within the site. We recommend that blank plans are included in the management plan provided to the site manager to enable them to annotate which areas of vegetation has been cut in which years. We advise that the principle of the management must be carried out as intended. However, we do highlight that there needs to be some flexibility in any management plan. Therefore, small changes to the management to further benefit protected notable species are acceptable and can be left to the site manager's discretion. We are satisfied that both conditions can be discharged. Huzzah! Fantastic. So they've approved the so condition 4. Was it condition 4? Condition 11, yeah. So basically they're saying, yeah, it's fine with us now. Yeah, you made the changes and it's fine with us now. So hopefully within the next week or two, that those will get sent through and that will be approved. And yeah, this is condition 11. As we've just seen, but there is someone else, the urban design officer. What if they have to say? And they say, this application has been amended since previous comments, but the amendments include minor changes to proposed softscape plans, primarily the indication of flowering lawn mixture surrounding the edges of the sports pitches. No further comments are raised. So, again, nothing is troubling Natasha Cleaver, the urban design officer for Sevenoaks District Council. It's all good. But we've got this one. This is, I believe, for condition 11 as well. Harry Walker, the assistant arboricultural officer from Sevenoaks District Council. I refer to the above application. I have visited the site and have studied the plans provided and made the following observations. I can inform you that the proposed soft landscaping scheme is acceptable. So, yep, no one seems to have any problems with it now that it's been updated and changed, so it's all good. It's all good and it can go ahead, it seems. So there you go. Slowly, step by step, moving forward one step at a time. So there you go. But the parish council seem to be upset, and we can't have that, can we? We can't have that. Can't have that. So that's it for all of that stuff. Now we move on to the stats, because obviously it's Sunday. It's the day after the game. So what happened? What went on there? What was that about? This is from whoscored.com. You go down. Millwall were effective creating goal scoring opportunities through individual skill and set pieces. We were strong at finishing. We lost possession often. We gave away a lot of free kicks around the box and we were caught offside often. We played with width and we mostly attacked down the right hand side. Top performers in the ratings, shots, tackles and dribbles. Ryan Leonard got the highest rating on whoscored.com by quite some way, 8.1. Interesting. And it was the man of the moment, Jake Cooper, 7.7. Okay. So if you go back into the middle, attempts on goal, 14-11, 8-7 open play, 6-4 set piece. And our 2 goals from 11 shots means an 18% conversion rate, which is very good at this level. And, they had 2 from 14, so that's a 14% conversion rate. And you can see we were mostly going down the right hand side, 45% down the right hand side. So, interesting. It seems we still kept going down that side, even after Femi got taken off. Shot directions. Shot zones. 18% of our shots were inside the 6-yard box. In fact, I believe both of our goals were scored from inside the 6-yard box. Action zones. All in the middle, wasn't it? All in the middle. And player positions, obviously affected by injury, but what the hell's going on there? Who's number 11? Who's that? Who is number 11? So Ballow's 7. Who the fuck is number 11? I don't know. I've forgotten. 25 is Kundal, I believe. 24 is Casper. 49 is Derek. 5 and 4 is the two centre backs. 18 is Ryan Leonard. So who would 11 be? 9 Ivanovic is number 9, which is sitting off of Kundal. So that's Femi Aziz. Is it? Must be. Because this is just the starting players. So when they go off, this is why he's so far forward. Because we were attacking when he was on the pitch. Once he went off, we were further back, and he would have been further back. But because he only played the first half an hour, that's his average position where he was attacking. So yeah. Damn. Okay. Right, let's move on then to the second page of WhoScored.com, the match centre. Scored in the 11th minute. Mentioned it yesterday. Good to see the two defenders dragging on Jake Cooper to stop him jumping, which is great because he didn't jump and they didn't jump and they missed the ball, and it went straight to Turno Ballo, who was unmarked at the back post because it was a throw. So clearly no one was going to mark him at the back post from a throw. So lovely to see them come undone from their dirty business. Obviously, the change on the 35 minutes massively changed the game, and a wonder strike right at the end of the half. Kind of put a bit of a deflation on it because we were playing so well until then. Second half come out kind of subdued, not very good really. Then Billy Mitchell comes on with Amaku, and the energy's there. The team start doing well, and immediately 5 minutes after, Jay Cooper scores that goal. They make the changes. They make 4 changes before we make 1. And again, if there is, I have said yesterday, critical of Alex Neil not bringing players off, knackered players. Ballo was knackered and Ivanovic was knackered, but he fucking shit as well. So when you had obviously not a lot of options on the bench. You had Langstaff, you had Bangor Williams, or you had Caleb Taylor if you wanted to throw another defender in there. But personally, I think we only had 1 sub left. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So at the time, you would have waited until Wes Harding had to come on for Ryan Leonard. So that was an injury-based one. And I would have made another sub at the same time, and it would have been Bangor Williams for Ballo. And then you see right at the end. So they scored right at the end of the first half and right at the end of the second half. Just going, really. Absolutely going. So if you look at the top right and top left where the club badges are, the average player rating for each team is 6.57 for Oxford and 6.68 for Millwall. So not that far apart, really. So maybe a draw was a fair result. Brian Leonard, highest rated player. Cool. I mean, I don't think he stood out. Obviously, he got the assist from the throw for that. For the first goal, that's what he's got the assist for that. So I imagine his defensive work was up there as well, which probably helped him get that star. Obviously injured now. Crocombe 6.1. Yeah, I imagine. I think he was said yesterday, he was lulled into false sense of security because they were shooting here, there, and everywhere, and their shots were just going over and wide. So when that guy just hit one into the top corner, he probably thought it was gonna go over the bar again, but it didn't. Okay. So, total shots 14 to 11. Who had those shots? Brannigan 4, Kiersmacher 4 for them, and Ivanovic didn't have a shot yesterday. Everybody else did except for Mazusaka and Sturge. But the striker didn't have a shot. In fact, he tried to steal one off of fucking Ryan Leonard. Like, bro, get the fuck out of the way. You're fucking toxic at the moment. Let him fucking shoot, man. Fucking hell. Possession 48 to 51. Denor was on the ball the most, along with Cooper, 6.1. Cool. Pass success percentage low for both teams. Obviously, the second half, whoever probably did for that. 66 to 68%. 68% for us. Mazusaka up there, 89. That's interesting. Cool. But again, Ivanovic 47. Whereas you look at their striker playing up front of his own, 89. And he didn't have a shot either, did he? Their striker. Even their striker didn't have a shot, but at least he held on to the ball and had a success percentage of 89. Damn. Dribbles 5 to 7. Aziz with 2, Leonard with 2, Ballo with 1, Negley with 2. Aerials 1, 36 to 35. Kramer with 7, Cooper with 6. Ivanovic with 8. If he won 8, how many did he lose? Because he lost a fucking lot. Brown with 12. So Brown won 12. So he must have won it against Ivanovic. So Ivanovic could have lost. So Helix on 7, Brown's on 12. That's 19. How many did they win against Ivanovic? Probably as high as 15 then. Tackles 10 to 14. In the middle of the park. The defenders didn't have a tackle to make. It was all in the middle and up front. Ballo with 3, Kundal with 3, Aziz with 2, Denor with 1, Mazusaka with 1, Leonard with 2. So maybe that's why he's got the high rating. Because he was the only defender that made any tackles. He made 2. Corners 5 to 8. These are the players who won those corners. And dispossessed 9 to 5, having the ball taken off of you. So Krastev 3. You assume Leonard did that a couple of times. Okay. So let's move on to the third page from whoscored.com, which is what we've just seen, but more of the same. How many shots did they have on target? They had 14 shots they had? And they had 6 shots on target. And scored 2. That's pretty decent, really. How many did we have on target? 11, was it? How many were on target? 4. So 11, 4, 2. That's pretty good as well, really, the ratio. The ratings wise, so Ryan Leonard 8.05. Got the assist. Jake Cooper 7.66. Kramer 7.13. So again, Kramer with a 7 score. And then, high 6s going down to... Even Ivanovic got high 6. I thought he was awful yesterday, but he got 6.6. Femi got 6.8 in 34 minutes on the pitch. 34 minutes on the pitch, he gets a 6.8. 6th best player. 34 minutes on the pitch. And the guy who replaced him, who obviously had twice as longer on the pitch than him, he didn't play on that side, they moved him around. 6.49. Okay. And at the bottom, obviously Wes Harding was on the pitch for 3 minutes. 6.03. Max Crocombe 6.08. Zach Sturge 6.18. Mazusaka obviously went off in the 60th minute, 6.19. Okay. What else are we looking at? Offense. If we refresh that, try that again. Offense. How many offsides were there? Turner Ballo 2, Amaku 2, 4 offsides. Yeah, that is quite a lot in the game, isn't it? especially if you're not, unless you're doing it intentionally to get the ball up the other end. Tackles, Kundal 3, went off in the 60th minute. Ballo 3, Leonard with 2, Femiziz with 2. 2 tackles in 30 minutes on the pitch. Interceptions, Casper with 2, Cranmer with 2. Clearances, Ryan Leonard with 9, Jake Cooper with 9, Cranmer with 8. So this is again why Ryan Leonard is the man of the match. 9 clearances. Block shots, 1 each for these 3. Okay, so let's move on to fbref.com. We can see in the middle of the XG, which is just under the scoreline of 2-2. The XG was 0.7 for Oxford and 2.4 for Millwall. So that was we should have won that game 2-1. The XG was 2-1. If we go down, you can see again the match events. Possession 49 to 51, passing accuracy 63 to 65. Yeah, basically similar really. They had 419 passes, we had 434. So again, they weren't really fucking about with it either. They were going quite direct. Shots on target 6 of 14 for them, 4 of 11 for us. That's 43% for them, 36% for us. Saves, their keeper made 2 of 4, which is 50%. Ours made 4 of 6, which was 66%. But some of those were quite powder puff. But there are not any cards. I swear, did nobody get booked? Nobody got booked? Really? Really? Nobody got booked in that game. That's madness. So fouls, 5 to 14. Yes. The referee was quite chastised after the match. I believe, as most people thought, he was one of the, quite clearly benefiting Oxford United to some extent. So 5 to 14 fouls. 5 to 8 corners, 21 to 16 crosses, 565 to 591 touches of the ball. So we had more touches of the ball, but we had less passes than them. Tackles 10 to 14, interceptions 6 to 10, aerials 135 to 35, clearances 35 to 55. So we had to clear the ball 55 times. Offside 0 to 4, goal kicks 7 to 8, throw-ins 33 to 25, long balls 84 to 91. This is their players, and this is our players. So, what are we looking at first? Well, let's look at players XG. So XG, Turno Ballo had 0.8 XG, obviously he got the 1 goal. Luke Kundal had 0.5 XG. Jay Cooper had 1 XG, 1.0 XG, and he scored his goal. So fantastic. But we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players with XG. So only 5 players had shots on target. Shot creating actions, basically it's like an assist, but then an assist and the pass before the assist, and that's just like for a shot. It doesn't include goal, just more than just goals. But if you look, who was the most attacking player? Ryan Leonard, 33 years old, 33 years and 161 days old. Ryan Leonard, 4 shot creating actions and 1 goal creating action, the throw in. And then you got Luke Kundal and Maku, who was only on the pitch for 30 minutes, and then Sturgeon and Cranmer. So again, Ivanovic, nope. Negley, only 1. Billy Mitchell, none. Casper Denor, none. Take-ons. So this is number of attempts to take on defenders while dribbling. And if we sort that, Femi's is 4, successful 2. Turno Ballo 3 and 1. Negley 3 and 2. So he was dribbling past players. Leonard 2-2. So again, that's why Leonard got man of the match. He was dribbling past players twice in the game. What else are we looking at? Let's start spinning through this. So the passing was a bit shit, really, wasn't it? The pass completion percentages are not too good. You got 68 from Kundal, 63 from Negley. You know, it's the rain, isn't it? Although, you know, Femi's was on when it was dry and it's 50% for him. So Ivanovic 41. 41.2% completion percentage on his passing. And again, short passing. His medium passing 3 of 3, 100%. Long passing 1 of 1, 100%. Short passing, which is passes between 5 and 15 yards. 17 attempted, or 9 attempted on that, 3 completed. But overall, 17 attempts is 7 completed. Yeah, clearly, you know, can't link up play. Can't get on the ball and can't link up play. But all around, this is kind of low, and I attribute that to the weather to some extent, but also to, you know, pressing as well. You know, Oxford were pressing, and I mentioned, you know, round about the 7th minute, I was quite impressed by Millwall passing it around and getting away from Oxford, trying to chase them down. Obviously, trying to do that all game is very tiring, especially in the rain. Moving on. Defensive actions. Challenges. We've heard about people dribbling, but how about tackling at someone who's dribbling at you? So this is pretty good. Turner Ballo, you know, 2 attempts, tackled 1 of them. Femi's is 1 of 1, 100%. Kundal 2 of 2. Casper Denor 0 of 3, yeah. What's up with Casper? Yeah, it looked a bit off. When they scored the first goal, it doesn't look good when you turn your back and they score. Yeah, you've got to at least front it up. So I don't know if he's still off the, you know, if he's a bit injured. He played 90 minutes, so I don't know, but 0 of 3. So he tried to tackle 3 dribbling players of Oxford and didn't get one of them. Possession wise, carries of the ball. So oh my god, here we go again. This is what I'm talking about. And everyone, you know, there's people are starting to realise online about Ivanovic and how bad he's playing. But there are still some people like, oh no, leave him alone. Why are you bullying him? He's still great. He carried the ball 8 times. So he got on the ball 8 times. In 90 minutes of football, he got on the ball 8 times. He moved 7 yards. And none of that was towards the opponent's goal line. What the fuck are we doing? We're playing with 10 men. We are fucking playing with 10 men. Jesus fucking Christ. You know, and as soon as Femi Aziz goes off, because he's the one scoring the goals, Ivanovic couldn't even score a fucking penalty. He got on the ball 8 times and moved, so less than a yard per time. Like 1 yard. Like, that's insane. And none of that was going forwards. It was all going backwards and sideways. That's fucking shit. And this is in 90 minutes, remember? 90 minutes. Look at Femi Aziz, who was on the pitch for 34 minutes. He got on the ball 7 times, moved 48 yards of distance, and 20 of that was forwards. My goodness, what the fuck is going on here? And not only Adomio Maku, 30 minutes on the pitch, carried the ball 6 times, 49 yards, 30 yards of that was forwards. Bro, we're wasting our time playing him. Like, we're playing with no one up front. We need to get fucking put Langstaff on. Put fucking Langstaff on, please. Do something, for fuck's sake. He's got to be better than that. Is he not? Oh my goodness. He scored against fucking in the opening game of the season, didn't he, Langstaff, you know? I mean, seriously, man, what the fuck? Camille Negley playing in the middle in the number 10 role. 56 minutes on the pitch. 21 carries of the ball, 157 yards, 93 yards of that was forwards towards the opponent's goal line. And why not? Why not? Carries that enter the final third of the pitch towards the attacking goal. Free from Camille Negley and free from Ryan Leonard. That's what you want. What's that? Oh, here we go. Miscontrols. Number of times a player failed when attempting to gain control of a ball. 4 from Ivanovic. Not the worst, because Ballow's got 5 and Zach Sturridge's got 5 as well. But I mean, fucking hell. 4. Eesh. Jesus. What's CPA mean? Carries into the penalty area. So players that took the ball into the penalty area. You would think the striker might do that occasionally in the game. And let's go up and see what their guy did. Where's their guy? Go down. What one? We're on possession. Okay. So look at what their guy did. Their man up front, who was up front in his zone, who was a 20-year-old on loan from Tottenham Hotspurs. He got on the ball 11 times, 29 yards distance, 10 yards of that was progressive. Again, he didn't miscontrol it, and he didn't carry it into the penalty area. But, man, 14 touches of the ball in 72 minutes. So how many touches did... So Ivanovic touched the ball 27 times, and he only got on the ball 8 times. And he miscontrolled it 4 times. So the rest of the times, him touching the ball, I would imagine, was just heading it. Just heading it. Jesus. Please, can someone... Can we change him? Can we change him? Like, he's gone off the ball. He's cooked. He's cooked. He's fucking cooked. Miscellaneous stats. Here. Whoa, here we go. I told you. So the other site just tells you the aerial duels won. This site tells you the aerial duels lost as well. 15. 1-8, lost 15. He cannot play up front on his own. He is not good enough. This is atrocious. 34.8%. Ballo 0-3, which is interesting because he scored with a header. Obviously, that wasn't an aerial duel. It was uncontested because the fucking Wally that was supposed to be marking him was dragging on Jake Cooper's shoulder. Good luck with that, mate. Again, Maku 0-3. 6-1 from Jake Cooper. 7-5 from Tristan Kramer. 3-2 from Ryan Leonard. But, I mean, come on, man. What? We can't keep going on like this. You can't keep doing this day after day. Game after game. Here's Max Crocombe stats. Shots on target against 6, goals against 2, saves 4. Save percentage 66.7%. Post shot XG 1.3. Shots on target against 6, that's quite high. Never normally that high. So you're asking him to make 6 saves in a game in the Championship. You're asking a lot. But I think the ones he did save were kind of powder puff and they were right at him. We'll look because you can see the shot list below, but we'll see how they go. Pass completion is 17.4. 8 throws he did. Average length of his passing 38.7. Goal kicks were all long, average length 66.1 yards. Opponents crossing into our penalty area 15 times. He didn't come out for one of them. Outside penalty area actions 2. Average distance from the goal line 19.7. 19.7 yards, so he was out. So here we go. And as you can see, off target, saved, but very easy save. 27 yards right foot, 0.02. And it goes down. It's an easy save. Easy save for Crocombe. Ballo, off target, 11 yards right foot. Ballo scores. 0.31 to 0.85. Goal. 5 yards, header. Dead pass from Ryan Leonard. Throw in. Got the assist. And then we got Jake Cooper off target. Another save by Crocombe, 0.03 to 0.05. So 18 yards out right foot. So easy saves. 2 easy saves for Crocombe. Femi's is blocked. Again, off target from them. Off target from us. Blocked. Off target. 3 off targets in a row. So Crocombe's probably thinking, we're fine here. 21 yards, 12 yards, 35 yards, 24 yards. They're shooting from outside the area, They're just taking pot shots, and they're all going off target. So, so far so good. But then we got blocked. Cameron Brannigan blocked. The ball spins out, gets played back into him. 24 yards right foot. Goal. 0.05 to 0.58. Oof. And then they have another one right at the end, blocked. So the last 5 shots of the half were all from them. So I don't know if this is a thing that they do, whether they do the old rope-a-dope, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay. They hustle, they duck and dive, they weave, they get punched a bit, but then just in the last 30 seconds before the bell's going to ring, ding, 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 they come out and then they start actually fucking doing something. Is this a tactic that they do? Maybe. Second half comes. We don't have the first shot is 7 minutes after the restart. Again, saved. Another save from Crocombe. So he's made a few saves so far. 0.15 to 0.17. And then Luke Cundall off target. Casper Denor blocked. Obviously, by this time, the changes were made. The changes were made on 60 minutes. So, we start coming into it, and we've got, we get 5 shots in a row. Casper Denor blocked. Crammer saved. 22 yards right foot. Jake Cooper, goal. Bosch, 0.94 to 1. 1.00. How can you miss? You can't. 4 yards, right foot. Bosch. The man at the moment, 400 games. There's the goal. And then Ballo off target. And then, they make some changes. Round about, the 73rd minute. And then they have 4 of the last 5 shots. This is Ryan Leonard's dribble. When he went forward and fucking Ivanovic got in his way. 0.03 to 0.16 saved. 7 yards right foot. He should have. He deserved to shoot. Dribble through with it. But look, off target from them. Off target. Saved again from Greg. This is the same play. This was we didn't clear it properly. We cleared it, and then 3 of the players ran up. Ballo, Negley, and Ivanovic all ran up to get the ball. They didn't get the ball. The ball come back, and their midfielders, got no one on him. So again, safe from the free kick by Crocombe. Wasn't cleared by the defenders. Another header off target. We clear it, but we don't clear it, and then it comes back to this guy who takes a shot. 0.09 to 0.34. So there you go. That's pretty much everything. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.